Welcome to
2,
Podtendo, a Nintendo podcast, where they analyze, reminisce, and replay the glory of old Nintendo games.
In a city where chaos rules, only one man can save humanity from total destruction. It's up to Homer Simpson and family to save the world from a diabolical plot as they run and drive to unravel the conspiracy.
Blackfinch!
Critics call it the best Simpsons game ever.
Get the lawsuit.
The Simpsons Hit and Run, rated T for Teen.
I am evil Homer.
Hey guys, welcome to the Podtendo podcast, where we analyze, reminisce, and replay the glory of old Nintendo games. We can be contacted on podtendo@gmail.com. That's a good way of contacting us. Maybe leave a comment on a YouTube video. Maybe we reply to that. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. We're a review, retrospective, let's play pop culture-y show. So we're going to hit a little bit of all of those elements, tie them all in to the titular game which we're playing today, which is Simpsons Hit and Run. I am your co-host, Mick, and I'm joined by...
Tyson.
Wow, look at that. And we're up into the hundreds of 60s of episodes or something now. Just keeps on going, this stupid time.
Yeah, we just keep adding to the pile.
Yeah. Well, a pile, that's it. Pile of good games. Only good games that we're playing.
Well, at some point, the organization gets thrown out the window, and you're like, just throw it on the pile.
Literally. We have I have a spreadsheet. I have two forms of a spreadsheet. I don't know what spreadsheet we're on. Tyson's like, what game are we playing next? And I'm like, I don't know. We have different permutations. What we're doing next. What are we doing over the summer? So it's kind of just a hodgepodge. It's good. It's good, though. It's fine. And it's an interesting game we're playing today. So we're getting into more of the GameCube games, right, as we have the last year and a bit or so. And this is one of the other games that is highly touted, highly respected, highly mentioned. You got a GameCube, you have a PlayStation 2, oh baby, you better play this version of The Simpsons Hit and Run, because it is just an absolute banger. It's great. People love it. Absolutely love it. That's what I heard. I watched retrospectives online. Although, I watched 2 YouTube retrospectives. I think one guy copied the other guy, because one guy, his video is kind of just exactly the same format, and he even makes the same jokes about the same parts of the game, so... I don't know, I think some guy watched some low-level retrospective of Hit and Run, and he's like, I like this. And then just, copied. It must have got one of those things where he, copied the text, got the transcript of the video, and then just recorded it himself. I don't know. It was odd. Very, very odd. So we're going to hopefully give you a different perspective, and not just... I'm not just going to reiterate what the one guy... I don't know who said what. I didn't look at the dates when they came out. But yeah, really weird. They'd stopped it. They made the same joke about the same mission, and there's 7 missions per level, but they chose the one mission to make a joke on, and it was the same joke, and I was like, plagiarism in the YouTube space, I guess the thing.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
It's funny. I mean, I guess I do that a little bit, but it's me telling you the story. So I'm like, oh, hey, I heard that I watched this retrospective, and this was the guy's point or something, right? But I'm not I don't just
Yeah, we usually try to source our materials. If there's sometimes we're I have no idea who said this, but this is not an original thought. Yeah. We try to we be upfront about that.
Okay, so now let's go to the transcripts from these YouTube videos, and we're just going to read. Welcome to the Simpsons Hit and Run. This was one of my favorite games. I loved playing it with my cat Skittles back in the day. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. So Simpsons Hit and Run. It was developed by Radical Entertainment. It sold 8 to 10 million copies. Released September 16th, 2003. How Long to Beat has this for 10 hours for the main story and 21 hours to complete. On eBay, a copy of this game is going to cost you about $70 to $110. So it's this notorious GameCube games that just kind of rose in price a few years ago. Have never dropped down. So if you're looking to get your hands on them, I don't know what to tell you. If there's a PS2 version, which there is, so where to play, you can get on the PS2, GameCube, Xbox, Windows, or an emulator. Probably an Xbox or a PS2 version of this game, because they usually are less rare. Maybe you could probably get it there.
Yeah, but I feel like tracking down the PS2 one would probably be the easiest. The PS2 just had the biggest, Like 8 to 10 million units is crazy. That's so many. And like so there's got to be copies kicking around. Just search for the right one. Mm-hmm. You can track it down eventually.
Yeah, if you need to. And again, it's not available anywhere else. If they did a remaster, which I've heard rumblings that there was a rumor as we were about to kind of get into playing this game, and I was like, hold up. Maybe we wait a month and see if this actually does come out. No, it didn't. Okay, perfect. We will play games on emulators because that's how it works. So that's how it works. Yeah. But HD might coming out at some point, so maybe this summer, or it's just one of those random rumors that we never hear again. But before we get into that, my soundbar almost blew up there with my big butt. We got to jump into our patented Wayback Machine. We got to travel back to September 16th, 2003 and find out what was life like. What was the world going on? There's a couple things here that I was like, oh yeah, I know exactly when this was. Top TV shows from September 2003 were Cold Case, Dead Like Me, 2.5 Men, NCIS, Nip Tuck, and Reno 911.
Very specific period of time on TV, eh?
Yeah, and like even top cartoons, we have Teen Titans, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Spider-Man, the new animated series, Jacob Tutu, and the Venture Brothers.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. This is it's like they're all right. They're all right. I'm not gonna ever run to these as some of my favorites, but it's all right.
Yeah.
You can fill some time with it.
How about pay-per-view? Wrestling, that is. So WWE pay-per-view was Unforgiven from September 21st, 2003. This bout included a triple threat match where Christian defeated RVD and Chris Jericho to retain the IC Championship, and Goldberg defeated Triple H to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is when Goldberg must have just came to the WWE.
Yeah, it came maybe around like WrestleMania. It was like a slow burn. I think he had a program with The Rock and Jericho. And then, like Triple H beat him a couple times. And then finally he won and then loses it right away. You're like, wow, Bill Goldberg. And then he has a really terrible match with Brock Lesnar where they both quit and leave WWE. And he just periodically returns over the next 22 years to like wreck up-and-coming champions.
Yeah, they never knew what they needed to do with him. I think like one of his first fights in the WWE, it's like this awkward like 3 or 5 minute long match, or like I think it's with William Regal actually, and William Regal like actually tries to like put him over, and like it ends up becoming like a shoot because he like William Regal kind of like to do that every now and then. I guess he would randomly just make it a shoot just to prove a point, and Goldberg. They also just like didn't know what to do with him. They're like, either his matches need to be over in like 90 seconds, or like, can he actually do 5 minutes? So I think this is one of the first times of him like he can do 5 minutes, but they still also just don't know what to do with him. They're like, we came up with one segment of 5 minutes. Can we do more? It's like,
so. I mean, he seemed kind of like a one note trick pony of, oh, look at this guy with muscles who does a spear. Oh, okay, wow. Goldberg, cool.
You can only like milk that out. You have to have like a unique bag of tricks. That's like where a lot of like wrestling was going.
Well, at this point, too, it was just in between, right? Rock, Austin left. They kind of didn't know what to do. They were jumping on guys from the past. Maybe this guy will be a stopgap. No, you need to wait for your John Cena and your Batista to take over those mantles.
I think, like, is this peak Christian? Remember when Christian was, like the biggest... Like, he got not really, such a huge
because he, like, push. Left, and then he had, like, a run in TNA as, like, a different character, and then he came back, and I think afterwards he did better work, so...
Oh, okay. I just remember him having like this huge push at one point, and I'm like, is this him getting a huge push? Because Jericho's kind of was more of a top end kind of guy. So I don't know. Interesting. Yeah. Going down the old WWE rabbit holes.
Cool. Top movies. I think specifically, I don't know. The website kind of changed, and I actually wrote the notes. I didn't write the notes, which is odd. I know. I'm missing my touch. I was like, oh yeah. Supposed to have AI do this. Apparently I had more free time, so I actually went through and touched them. But the website I used kind of changed. So I think This week we see Underworld, or at least like the top box office this week was Underworld, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and Cold Creek Manor.
Interesting.
Yeah, don't know what that is. But last week, the hits were Pirates of the Caribbean, Freaky Friday, Jeepers Creepers 2, Seabiscuit, and or Freddy vs. Jason. So this is the summer of the Seabiscuits, and at least Freddy vs. Jason. That stuck with me. I was like, yeah, I used to love that commercial. I was like, both my heroes fighting each other? Wow.
Yeah. And if this is first Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm like, okay, this movie is about to become extremely huge. Pirates are supposed to be going to get really popular.
And I missed it. Like over the summer, I heard the hype. I don't think I ever saw it. It wasn't until it was like that fall. We had one of those days where you're in school and it's like a Friday and they're like, we're not going to teach anything. Oh, somebody rented Pirates of the Caribbean and we watched it in like class. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Oh, okay. So it did take me a little bit. Wasn't hot on the start on the first one anyways. And then finally, top video games that were released in September 2003, we saw Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced, WrestleMania 19, Banjo-Tooie or Kazooie, Grunty's Revenge on the Game Boy Advance, Star Wars Jedi Knights Jedi Academy, NHL 04, Tiger Woods 04. So I'm like, yeah, I played those games. And just for context, just for me, next month we see the release of Super Mario Advanced 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, and Here Comes the Pain. SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. So I was like, oh yeah, I definitely was into those games. Cool.
Interesting. I gotta look at this.
Oh, the Super Mario Bros. Advanced 4? Super Mario Bros. 3? Yeah, so they, at one point in the Game Boy Advance, they realized they could port Super Nintendo, NES games to it. So they released these advanced games. So they had Super Mario Advanced 1, 2, 3, 4, which just happened to be Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario World, the original Mario Brothers, then Mario Brothers 3, I think in that order. But they've like different numbering sequences through the advanced series.
Yes. And that's why I was like, which one did I have? And I think it was Super Mario Advance, which was actually Super Mario World.
Yes.
And I got the bundle. And it was the black Toys R Us one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And in my mind, I remember Super Mario Brothers Advanced. It was either 1 or 2, and it's like the second game. And I remember being like, man, you can play Super Mario Brothers 2 on your Game Boy Advance? That's crazy. I saw tons of advertisement. I was definitely hooked at that point. Anyways, that was just one of those, like, I'm like, what a stupid mechanic. Like, why wasn't Super Mario Advanced 1 Super Mario Brothers? And then, like, Advance 2, Mario Brothers 2. And then Advance 3, Super Mario Brothers 3.
It was strictly because they wanted to put Super Mario World out first. Because it was like, look what we're capable of doing. This can run a Super Nintendo game, one of the best Super Nintendo games, on a handheld device. Buy this now. Tell your parents that you needed this yesterday, because this will make your life complete, children. And it worked. I know I ended up with one. So I think
wrong.
it's strictly,
you're wrong. I'm right. Super Mario Advanced is actually Super Mario Brothers 2. Super Mario Advance 2 is Super Mario World. Super Mario Advance 3 is actually Yoshi's Island. And then Super Mario Advance 4 is Super Mario Brothers 3.
Well, that makes no sense then.
Yeah, so the Super Mario Advanced is Super Mario Brothers 2.
Is Super Mario Bros. 2.
And then Super Mario Brothers
the
Advance
game
2.
That's not even really a Mario game.
No.
You released that first.
And then Super Mario Brothers Advance 2 is Super Mario World.
It must have just been the easiest to port.
Super
it
Mario
must have just been the easiest to port. That's the only conclusion. Yeah. It was like, oh no, this game was actually just like so basic to code, and there's so little to it. It's like,
and classic Mario Brothers. Yeah. Anyways, it was really weird. It was a weird thing. I saw it pop up, and I was like, we should almost talk about this quick because it's very confusing. And I was going to do a research in advance and have the knowledge, but no, that's how we did it. So now we know what the pop cultural landscape looks like. Let's look at the development. Oh my gosh, my throat cracked again. Development details of this fun game. So Radical Entertainment earned the Simpsons license after showing a prototype. The first game they released was Simpsons Road Rage in 2001. The team chose not to make a direct sequel. Rather, they wanted to completely overhaul the engine and the direction. The only driving mechanics carried over from Road Rage. They added on-foot exploration, which was a major shift from just pure driving. Springfield became a fully explorable world. They improved the traffic AI. How? How did you improve the AI? Because in my experience with this game, the AI was terrible. Internal...
You haven't played Road Rage. It was worse.
Oh, God. I think I have. I mean, yeah. They just, like, always turned into me. That was my favorite part. I'd be driving down the road, and they just, like, randomly turn into me and funnel me into obstacles like light poles. And I was like, I like Simpsons Hit and Run. This is a fun game. I'm going to say many nice things on my podcast. Not. Internal code name was simply Simpsons, and it was pitched as Grand Theft Autos for kids.
It's kind of what it is. There's just no guns or weapons.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah, world's like a little smaller, kind of more simplified. Key influences. So Grand Theft Auto 3 for the open world freedom, Driver for the cinematic driving or the driving physics. Yeah, that happens sometimes. They change the camera, and then I would, like, crash. And then, because it was behind me.
Yeah, it's awful. It's the worst part of the game. There's a reason why Driver is a dead franchise.
And then Super Mario 64 for the platforming, cameras, and movements. That's a fucking travesty. Super Mario 64 is a goddamn masterpiece. This game's a fucking pile of shit. Fuck that game.
Yeah,
this game sucks.
It's like you mean the game that has a working camera as opposed to the game that has a camera bolted on that doesn't work.
Oh, you came up this fire escape? Too bad our camera got stuck on the fire escape, so you're just going to fall off the roof because you don't know where you're going because we can't get off the fire escape.
You turned? Well, the camera decided to not turn with you.
Oh, okay.
Now you're just staring at the side. How about above? Now we're randomly
you get
above.
out of your car? Oh, the camera's stuck on your car, so you're just kind of there and you can't see anything. Oh, my God.
Yep. It's great.
Just like Mario 64. Wow. Development changes. So GameCube version, the hardest to develop because it only had 24 megabytes of RAM. The devs used creative tricks, loading animations into audio memory. They planned a PSP port, but it was canceled. Oh, man. World authenticity. So they included iconic Springfield locations like the Quickie Mart, Moe's Tavern, Springfield Elementary, the Android's Dungeon, and they had a close collaboration with 20th Century Fox, Gracie Films, and Matt Groening. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of references and it's cool to kind of explore it, but even to like, okay, you're in the Simpsons home. Can you go anywhere? It's like, not really. There's like maybe 2 rooms. Like,
you can go in the front door, which gets you into the living or the TV room, but you can't get the kitchen.
Yep.
But if you want to get to Bart's bedroom to buy clothes, you actually have to go into the back room. You have to go to the backyard and climb up into his room, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Or you go to the school and it's a hallway.
Yeah.
It's not even a long hallway. It's like 3 screens. And
but
there's the school.
You can ride out your hit and runs, so that's pretty exciting. Sometimes the cops chase you. You go into a building, they can't find you. So it's great. Voice acting and writing. So the full original TV cast recorded dialogue. The script was written by actual Simpsons writers. I don't think it was. I think it was written by one of the developers, so that's just wrong. They had 12,231 lines of dialogue recorded. Yardley Smith had more lines than a full TV season. They mixed of original dialogue, reused lines from Road Rage, and classic one-liners. The marketing of this game, they spent about $7 million on marketing.
Yeah, they did. It returned some profits. Which is the crazy thing because it's like, the Simpsons IP sells. It does sell. Like EA doesn't have the license anymore. Nobody does. Give it to somebody, please.
Well, and like we've talked about before, there was they dropped skins on Fortnite, right? And Fortnite saw record revenues for those months, right? Because people love Simpsons, like getting their hands on it, right? So yeah, it was just kind of one of those things that went hand in hand. And again, talked about as a pretty good game. Little slippage that maybe I didn't have the best experience. There's some things in this game I'm like, man, this game sucks. There's some parts that are like, it's neat, but there's lots of sucks. So let's see if we can find all the sucks. But we have to start talking about the controls of this fun game. So you can explore the world on foot. You can punch, double jump, enter cars, and interact with the world. You can also sprint while on foot. But most exploration is done in vehicles. You can purchase new vehicles throughout the games, as well as purchase new outfits for your characters. You can accelerate, brake/reverse. That's about it. The driving mechanics in this game kind of suck. They feel arcadey, which means they are cheap and poorly designed. Essentially, the game designers wanted you to make a semi-fun experience that will keep you playing, but ultimately will be broken and just cheap to get quarters out of your pockets. Because that's what arcades are. You shouldn't do arcade mentalities because it was a very toxic part of the gaming culture. That's where we came from, but we should learn better. So don't do arcade stuff. Arcade bad game. You complete 7 missions in one of 7 levels. You play as Homer, Bart, Lisa, Marge, and Apu. The missions, you maybe race someone. Maybe you have to destroy a vehicle. Maybe you have to hit a vehicle to collect dropped items. Maybe you follow a vehicle to collect dropped items. Maybe you just follow a vehicle. Maybe you collect items on foot. Repeat.
Yeah, I can see you're starting to have a great time playing this game.
I finished. Well, I got as far as I could. I didn't finish it. I got to the last couple levels because you can't skip them. But I skipped a lot of this game because I was like, I hate it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's fair. There's a couple missions for sure that I'm like, no, I'm skipping. Fuck this level.
Yeah, no, it's just very repetitive. Seems rushed. Seems like it wasn't fully developed. Your worlds or maps kind of suck. Didn't have fun with them. Your cars, they suck to drive. Your characters, they didn't handle very well. It's oh baby, good times. The first memories of this fun game. So I played this game, I think, a little bit during our first introduction to the GameCube. Didn't have long to get hooked. Right, I have heard it's the best Simpsons game ever. It's the chosen experience. All other fail in comparison. This game is simply the best. Tina Turner said it best. She was singing about this game because it's awesome. I know it's an experience. I've kept my eyes open for a while, and I just haven't found it, right? I keep looking, and I'm like, if it's a part of a collection, or somebody's selling a couple games, and I can get it for a little bit cheaper. But after playing it, I'm like, I don't know if Simpsons Hit and Run's ever going to make the old shelf. I don't think it's ever worth any money. Maybe a PS2 version or something, just so I could say I have it, but yeah. You, any first memories? You played this before?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've always been a big Simpsons fan, as longtime listeners know. I remember playing this game, like, I want to say it must have been either Xbox or GameCube when it first came out. I didn't have it. I feel like somebody else had it, and I played it at their house. So we played like a little bit of it, and I was like, it's interesting. And I know it's always kind of like, I've been told it's like, it's the best Simpsons game experience. And so I remember at one point, like, emulating it and having an awful time and just like not finishing it. So this first time I kind of finished it. Yeah, it is. But is it the best Simpsons game? I'm like, I know the Simpsons movie game is awful. It's an awful game.
Yep.
Imagine like the platforming in that game aren't much better than this one, and replace driving with mindless button mashing. And it's just like, I don't, you know what? I just think Simpsons games aren't that good.
I thought there was one on the PS3 that comes out, right? So it's available, I think, on the PS2 as well, but there's PS3. It's called The Simpsons. And it's kind of like...
Yeah, that's the Simpsons movie game.
No, it's not the Simpsons movie. I think the Simpsons movie game is different. Because this one, it's like cel-shaded, and you're in like the land of chocolate.
Yep. That's the Simpsons movie game.
Oh, is it? Oh, Simpsons movie game.
I don't know. Maybe it's just called Simpsons the game, but I've always called it Simpsons the movie game.
Oh yeah,
because it came out around the same time as the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's the one I'm talking about. It's like that one. It's not great either.
Yeah, then maybe it's just one of those things. There are no good Simpsons games, right?
I mean, think the best Simpsons game was Simpsons Tapped Out on the Phone.
Oh, okay.
Where it was just a cash money grab, but it functionally worked and worked like a city builder.
Sure.
So,
okay. Cool. Yeah.
That's just the level of Simpsons games we get.
Well, let's sink our teeth into this and find out what the best Simpsons game looks like. Oh, baby. So the stories. We follow a flying camera bee into the Simpsons house. Homer is sleeping, destroys the camera. He obtains a Buzz Cola coin, sees an advertisement to drink Buzz Cola, and he's off to Quickie Mart. All right, so in the menu, level notes. Menu, we see Homer on the couch. We can select new game. We can continue. There's like a multiplayer. If you beat the game, I think there's like a multiplayer little slot car game. Ooh, level 1, Simpsons House, Springfield. So you play as Homer. You go for a soda. You skip work. You stop Smithers from getting to work, so he doesn't know you're there. You help Marge destroy Bone Storm too, before chasing some vans and finding out they were pizza vans, and that Burns isn't involved in the ongoing weirdness.
Yeah, get introduced to the open world.
Yeah.
You can explore. It's a fully realized Simpsons world where you can kind of go around, have some fun, go check out the treehouse in the back, collect a bunch of collectibles. There's a bunch of what they're not gimmicks. They're like little, not cards. You obviously collect the cards, but there's like cliches. There's cliches that you collect throughout or whatever. So there's a lot to explore.
Yeah.
The first level, I think, is like, it's pretty fine. Nothing's too difficult. You get a couple, I think you get the Mr. Plow truck pretty quick.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the missions you have to buy.
Or is it the Plow King?
It might be Plow King first, and
think
then
Plow
you
King.
do Mr. Plow in the second area. Yeah, because I think you get it from like Homer when he's at the hospital or something. Whereas this one, Barney's close to the one corner where there's like a gas station by the other side of the cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, anyways, yeah, this level, good intro level. Simple, it's fun, it's clean. I think the Simpsons house, Springfield, is probably the best Springfield, right? You get the power plant, you get kind of the big jump in the graveyard, you get their house, you get kind of a better understanding of how Evergreen Terrace works out, right? And I kind of like that part of this game, getting to explore what feels like Springfield. You see your locations, you understand how it works. Why do the Simpsons go to the Quickie Mart so much, right? Because it is just kind of around the block, essentially, right? Like, it is just kind of a quick little drive down the road, and you're like, oh, I could see how that becomes kind of an institution as a family in the 90s. You kind of go to a little bit more, right? So you kind of just understand how the world's laid out a little bit, right? Which I kind of enjoy. Nothing too terrible right off the bat. You play through it, and you're like, cute. It's a fun little world. Off to level 2, though. We get to downtown Springfield. So now we play as Bart. We skip school. We avoid Skinner. We try to get Bone Storm. We need to find some fireworks. Then we got to build a robot. And with doing that, we got to find a satellite dish, a radio, and then destroy some cars. Afterwards, the robot is actually Truckosaurus. So it's Truckosaurus. He's alive. He blows fire at us, and then we get abducted by aliens.
Yes. We were kind of just doing a bunch of day-to-day life, having some shenanigans.
Yeah.
And then, we start kind of like, once the aliens get involved, we're like, okay, now we're actually starting to maybe get a plot in this game, because so far we're just doing things.
Yeah, and like stuff is weird, and I guess we're like, exactly, just kind of the day of the life of the Simpsons. Weird stuff happens. They notice some like changes, right? This area, not the worst. Some of the overpasses are kind of tedious. They're worse. Not so bad here. I think they're worse the second time we come to this area for the sure. So this one isn't terrible, but like the potholes downtown, some of the streets just have these massive holes. So you're driving really fast. Oh, and then you just like flip out of control for no reason.
Oh, and it was a bad physics bounce, so now you're just like randomly jackknife sideways. Better restart this mission.
Oh, and like sometimes I would sink into the roads, or like my vehicle hit a building and like sunk into the building, and I get out and now I just don't have a car. And it's like, you got 10 seconds to get in your car, and I'm like, my car is gone. Because you just like, you bounce. It's so stupid. So stupid. Not now, but later. I think when I come back as a poo, I actually did explore this. You can see the monorail, so you can go up onto the train tracks and actually check out where the monorail is. That was kind of neat. And probably one of the best parts of this game is just exploring the open world, seeing the gags, and just get to see all the little nuanced parts of this game, right? And I'd say in terms of what's the best Simpsons game, it's a game that's full of lighthearted, fun references to old Simpsons episodes that I enjoy. And doing that, this episode specifically, like you have the staircase, the elevator escalator that just goes to nowhere, right? The burning tire fire, all these kind of fun little gags that we love around Springfield pop out. So if you get the opportunity, find the broken monorail, you're like, neat, cool, that's fun.
Yeah, it's good for a couple, like, just like, oh, hey, this is cool. As a Simpsons fan, it's like, it's fun to just kind of run around and explore.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't have to just rush all the missions. You could do some races. There's usually 3 races in every level. And if you do all 3, you can get a secret car or whatever. You don't have to do them. They're fun to do them. Or if you care, or if they're easy, or if they're frustrating, then you just say screw it, don't need to do them.
When you do them, do you get money?
Yes, and you also unlock, so you get money, and you do, if you do all 3, you get that new vehicle, and it's usually pretty good. Like I know in one of the later missions you get like Little Bandit, and just like that car just rips. It's so fast.
Sure. Yeah, so that's one thing. So unlocking vehicles, weapons, or like different outfits, you need money. Make sure you get money. I just kind of didn't, and you randomly get to a level mission, and you're like, you got to go buy this shirt for $500. You got $50. Good luck. And I was like, well, I guess I know what I'm doing for the next 20 minutes. Not skipping missions. Yay. On to level 3. Worst area of the game. You're in some shops in the docks. I hate that dock so much. She plays Lisa. She is searching for Bart. So you have to talk to Milhouse, help Apu get some roadkill, get the police to help, buy some cool clothes before helping the sea captain collect fish and destroy some limos.
Yeah, this is a bad part of the... it's just like, let's just do a bunch of right-hand corners, and it's going to be a tight corridor filled with people. So you're going to get constant hit and runs. And there's these like light posts that will just like completely ruin your drive. You could have a perfectly clean in a race, and you'll get to a corner and you'll hit a light post. It's going to jack you like sideways, and the rubber banding AI is going to pass you.
Yeah.
And not stop, and they're going to end up being like way ahead, and you might as well just restart. So then you do that 3 times, and then you hit skip because the mission's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's this game. A lot of just that. So yeah, like Tyson alluded to, most of this level is it's odd. So it's kind of like there's a studio, there's the Buzz Cola factory, then there's this winding shit road that leads you up to the observatory, and then there's like kind of a little stretch of road to this downtown, which leads you to like Burns Casino, and then those are met with this boardwalk, which is 90-degree sharp, tight corridors. It sucks.
Yeah. And one of the like secret missions or whatever, you actually have to like you have to launch a car onto a boat. I think it's at this point.
Yeah.
And you can't take the shortcut because you actually need to just like launch it.
Yeah.
Launch onto it. And then I think later on there's like a little like, they have like a little lift that like swings, so you could like platform onto it, and you're like, oh, wish they had that in those earlier levels where I didn't have to launch this car 25 times at the perfect speed just so I can get onto this thing. It's like, why are we doing these things? Like, it's like a really like fun idea of like running around The Simpsons, but like the game designers were just like, we just don't know what we're doing. Like, why would you... Like, I get it's a racing game and you're trying to make an explorable world, but it's like, why is every level just like a pain in the ass to navigate through?
Well,
like, aren't racing games supposed to have like fun parts to them?
Yeah.
It's like,
and it's like they built little tracks and shortcuts around the levels, and then the whole game is just, okay, go to the other side of the map. Oh, come back. It gets much more obvious. Literally the last 4 missions of this game are just drive across the map without getting hit 4 times. That's it. So it's just one of those things where it's like you couldn't have come up with other stuff? Yeah, I mean, you can't have your rampage modes, right? You kill everybody, I guess. But like, could Bart not have had a slingshot? Could, you know, like, could
yeah, you
Lisa
give like... give like Marge a tennis racket, and you give Lisa, I don't know,
You don't even
saxophone.
or everyone just has a slingshot because we've decided a slingshot is fine. I don't know, a Nerf gun, something, snowballs, sure.
Yeah, or just like mix it up. Like I
anything,
appreciate how like each of the levels kind of like evolve or whatever, but you end up just doing the same thing. You end up just racing around.
Yeah.
And I know and sometimes the races just seem extremely unfair. Like I know at one point in like a later mission, I'm driving around a corner. I'm making like a perfect thing, but like I'm racing Homer, and he's literally driving on two wheels perfectly, and then some random jerkwad in a car will just like turn left into you, and you're like, cool.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to be in the inner lane or like right lane, and then they move out of your way. But I drive normally because I've driven before, and I know if the left lane is the passing lane. But if you're in the left lane passing someone, they turn into you. What?
Yeah.
Why? Is it like, because they know it, like, racing games, you want to be inside corners so it's faster? No, I'm just trying to find open space on the road, dude. And there was a guy there who's going to turn into me, so I avoided him. Oh, he turned into me anyways? Fucking bitch.
And sometimes, like, the levels are so poorly designed where it's like, if you drive fast and you, like, try to slam on the corners and, like, you, like, drive, like, race through it, you are going to be way slower because you're going to make one mistake. It's going to cost you way too many seconds. You might as well just go slow. And if you end up going slow, you're like, I have more time on the clock than when I raced.
So one of the missions that almost broke me early on was in level 2. You're trying to get from the android dungeon with comic book guy somewhere. You're trying to get to a game or something. His car is like weighted weird because he's fat. And it like drags, and I was like, man, this sucks. This is terrible. Lisa's missions were pretty bad. There was a couple ones that I got like, last second I'd pull into the blue circle. Oh, you pass. Oh, thank God. The sea captain, the last 2 missions, I just didn't do. I just was like, no, I'm good. I don't need to play this game. I'll skip them. But on to level 4. Simpsons, back to the good era. So we're at Marge. We're in the Simpsons house around Springfield. This is my favorite area of the game. So I was like, okay, cool, awesome. We're at night. So you play as Marge. You have to get Wiggum some donuts. You have to chase Cletus. You have to get him some ketchup because you have to find donuts for Wiggum and then find ketchup for Cletus. Yeah, perfect. So much variety. You have to find some pills for Grandpa. So you have to find more stuff for someone before collecting some soda. Fucking hell. Then Apu's like, oh, now we can destroy the cola trucks. And that's Marge's whole existence.
It's the worst part of the game. Like, the game's not great, and this is just, like, bad. Because I also feel like, no, it might be downtown Springfield. The one with all the terrible overpasses that go nowhere, and they're just designed to just eat up more and spend more time just driving back and forth and back and forth. Yep. And I'm like, no wonder everyone in Springfield is just miserable. If this is actually the layout of how Springfield works, imagine this is how you have to get to work.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so it'd take you, like, forever just to get
like,
groceries.
Like Homer? You turn right out of your house and you like drive down the road a little bit and you have to like drive through this like trailer park on this little dirt road where I'm like, what? How do we not have like a express lane to the power plant? Right? Like, how are we in rural Springfield? That's weird. Huh.
Yes. And then you're immediately like 2 turns later, you're like next to like the school, and then 5 turns later, you're like all of a sudden at the docks, and you're like, why? What is the layout of this town actually? Like, it is just, and you're like, I get it, it's cartoon logic, ha ha ha, and that's like the downtown overpass level with like the little highways or whatever. It's like some of them just aren't built correctly, and there's like left turns that go nowhere, and you're like, I have a sneaking suspicion that like Mr. Burns just runs everything in this town,
sure,
as well as the mafia, and everything is just, the infrastructure is just terrible. And I'm like, that actually kind of, and I had a good chuckle, but I'm like, that's actually kind of a funny joke. Like, The Simpsons is so poorly like managed that the infrastructure, because like Quimby is like the mayor, he's corrupt. The richest businessman in town who controls the power, he's corrupt. The police are inept, and like the mafia are actively like operating and never go to jail. It's like, I don't think The Simpsons is a very or like I don't think Springfield's a very like well managed city. I think the infrastructure is a little bad. So it's like in that sense, I get it. Kind of funny, but when you're playing it for fun, it's awful.
Yeah, no, it's shit, terrible level design. They were obviously rushed. That's why they have one cohesive map. Why they kind of just patch things together because I think that to make it work. Like, this road will just join here. Why not? It's done poorly. It sucks. Let's say I have some extra notes. So I hate the Cletus mission. At one point when I was trying to catch up, I like glitched on the chessboard. So there's this chessboard, and right at the other side of the nuclear power plant, and apparently I glitched on it. Ugh. I did enjoy the foot collecting missions. You have to collect all these cans out of Bart's room on foot. I was like, oh wow, I kind of wish there was more missions like this. This was kind of neat and different and didn't suck. Huh, cool. Awesome. Level 5, though. We're back to downtown Springfield. Wham, wham. So you play as Papu, and you're tasked at collecting some donuts, because we always need donuts. We have to avoid the police. We have to dress up as an American. We have to find Snake, chase a truck, avoid the police, and destroy a truck. Wow. Before we destroy the museum curator's car and enter the museum to find out that Kang and Kodos are actually responsible for making the evil cola with ooze from a meteor to add to the ratings of their intergalactic show that is filmed with the B cameras. Wow, the plot all came together here.
Yeah, we find only level 5 do we finally know what's happening.
Yeah.
There's also like the one cool part is all the vehicle references. Like Apu actually has his vehicle, so and on top of the Quickie Mart, there's the actual like garden. So there's some thought and care put into it, and it just it's such a weird game because sometimes you can just be having some fun because it'll be like, oh, you're just cruising through some missions, and then you'll hit one mission and it just is a miserable experience. I don't think I had too much of a problem with Apu because I feel like before I know it, I was already on the Bart.
Yeah, his were actually not bad. So like I was kind of playing how many missions could I beat before I skipped, and it wasn't until your downtown was Snake, and there's a mission where you have to destroy a truck with your crappy car, and I just bailed on that one eventually. I was like, no, can't do this. And then the follow-up mission also kind of sucks where you're trying to chase down someone, but then the cops catch you at some point. And this is where like you're on the highway with the overpass, and some of the off ramps are like shortcuts. But man, you have to play this game for a while to figure out what's going on. And it's just one of those. I'm like, that's fine. I'll just skip these last 2 missions. The curator one, it was okay, right? And then some of them I could do. Watching these videos too, they highlighted the exact same. These are the toughest missions in the game. What? Like, I think the hardest part of the Apu mission was you chase the garbage truck. No, you collect the items from the garbage truck, and then you have to destroy the garbage truck, and then you have to get to the DMV or something before the time limit, and that was impossible. I had like 20 seconds, and I was like, the DMV's literally across the map. I don't have enough time. So I think that was probably maybe the toughest part of the Apu mission. But, I think it's just, I'm like, they literally just didn't give you enough time. Like, it's not even a thing. I think you can even race better. I think it's just, I don't know how you do it. So you just press skip. Yay. Level 6, though. One more time. The crappiest area of the game. I'm sure it won't be bad. So we're in some shops and the docks. So you play as Bart. You collect children and drop them off at Krusty Studios. You chase Krusty down. You chase Frink down to get to the observatory. You destroy some duff trucks. You destroy Principal Skinner's car for no reason. You get an expensive car to destroy some ray gun stands. And then you race some aliens in a terrible car. We arrive at the Buzz Factory to see the aliens escape and tell us that zombies will now be active. And we're in for a final fun level. Okay.
Yeah. Man, there's a couple of these Bart missions where I think it's the one where you have to use what's the car? The fancy car. The
evil villain, the super villain car.
Yes, the super villain car. Why can't I not think of Scorpio's company?
Flan Crest Enterprises. Hyper. No, it's like Globex.
Globex. Yeah, Globex.
Globex
It's like,
supercar.
I want to like this car because it's
Yeah.
kind of like the James Bond reference and
Yeah.
Scorpio reference and everything. It's like, yeah, but it's awful.
Yes.
It's the worst thing, and
Oh, it's
you're
just-
making me use it. Don't make me use bad cars. Make me use like
Yeah.
the cars should
see.
be good. Don't.
I have some
let
notes here. I hated bus collecting. Okay, cool. I hated driving on the boardwalk. Yep. I hated the sports car. And then Homer's car at the end was fucking terrible. Was absolutely just horrendous. I literally started the mission, got out of the car after playing through it twice because you were driving and it would just like pull to the side. I'd be like racing down the street and take a jump and it would just be sideways. And I was like, why? Why do you suck? Like, if I have to race someone, can I not pick the car? Especially when I'm forced to drive in this like terrible, terrible, terrible car. I found I was like, oh, I can just get out of instead of waiting 2 minutes, it just gives me 10 seconds and skips the mission. Perfect. Great. This game sucks. Good. This whole area was bad.
This mission, I remember specifically being like, and the guy you're racing is way too fast.
Yeah.
So the only way I beat it is he randomly smashed himself into like, he missed the ramp down by like the shop or whatever. And he just smashed on the side. And I just was driving and I was like, okay, drive clean, head clean. And then I get to the end. I like look at like the mini map. I'm like, oh, he's not even near me. Where the fuck is he? And it's just like, he obviously just like got stuck there and didn't respawn. Because
that's how I
sometimes
beat Skinner was at some point near the dam. Like an ambulance got kind of stuck sideways and he was kind of stuck beside Camp Krusty and I was just able to like back up Mr. Plow and like run into him full speed again and again. And after like 10 full speed like run-ins, I had enough of his health that his car blew up.
Yeah. And it's like,
but I'm in a plow truck and I'm running into this guy's car and I do it 10 times to kill him because he has a super car. Dumb.
Well, and when you get Skinner's car, it has like low fucking toughness.
Yeah.
This makes no sense. So when you're driving it, it just like demolishes, but when you're destroying it, the only thing I found that works good is if you actually have a fast car and you drive up behind them and you push their bumper and they will use their own momentum to smash into something, and you hope that there's like something like an edge that they just like go bouncing off of. But even then, it's still miserable.
No, the worst missions of this game by none. We haven't talked about it yet. I don't know if we have it in the last one, so we have to talk about it now. Is the goddamn bump a car collect something? Because what are those mechanics? How does that work? You run up to a car, you run into Cletus's car, and he drops roadkill. But it's like way to the left, so now you have to like back up and like go pick it up and then run into him and you hit him. And I'm like, no, I have 20 seconds to get 10 items. What the hell happened? And and I'm like, if I'm close and I just kind of bump him a little bit, you're like, oh, you didn't hit him hard enough. Okay. You hit him from the side. No, you have to hit him from the back. What the hell? Like, how is this a fun mission? How is that? How did someone play this and was like, yeah, no, this is what kids want. This is what video games is about. Is like this really fun bumping car. What the get out of here, stupid game.
Yeah, and it's just like, this is bad game. Like, this is who thinks that this is fun? Like,
this is someone, and say what you want about Grand Theft Autos. I think Grand Theft Auto games actually are done pretty well. I went back and I played the remastered, not the whole trilogy, but I at least played 3. It's actually pretty clean. You know, you start a mission, you play a mission, it makes sense. There's fun, there's variety. The best thing that they do is when you fail a mission is, do you want to start from the beginning? It literally makes that game super replayable, and it's clean and it's fun and it's varied, and every mission changes a little bit and the story is kind of fun. Good experience. This is just somebody saying like, Scary Movie was funny just because they reference it's the Meet the Spartans effect of like a parody Scary Movie. It's just shit, lowest common denominator. They paid a bunch of goofs, buffoons in some studio somewhere to make some Simpsons licensed game because they knew that simpletons would be like, oh, Homer's in it, it's fun. No, it's not fun. It's not done. It's poorly designed. It's just a terrible, basic bitch experience of a game, and it is just not good at all. I kind of hated this game. It was, why? Why was this game? Why do people like this game? I don't understand.
Level 7.
This one's fun. So Simpsons house. We're back in the final area. You play as Homer Simpson in the best area of the game, and it's kind of like a treehouse of horror themed area. Literally, maybe the only reason to play this game is just to experience this. It's Springfield on Halloween night with some zombies and ghost cars. It's actually fun and cute, and I was like, I'm glad I saw this through. I'm glad I saw this through. Am I? Let's see. So we start by preparing for the zombie apocalypse. By collecting supplies, convincing Mo that no one loves him in life, so he should give up his chainsaw. We need a zombie car before a chase, because the zombies will eat our brains. Literally no zombie attacks you at all. Before, we have to go to the nuclear plant. We have to get some nuclear waste, take it to the playground, but we probably skip it. And then you have to race back to the nuclear plant, talk to Burns, so you can take some nuclear waste and take it to the playground, but then you probably skip it, or you can't skip it because it's the final level. And then you have to escape with Snake, and Snake and Homer both have to take nuclear waste from the nuclear plant to the playground. And then finally, you team up with Grandpa Simpson, and you take his World War II vehicle, and you deliver some nuclear waste to the playground, and the game's over.
Yes, yeah.
Kind of sucked at the end, didn't it?
The nuclear ball or the nuclear waste gets lifted, takes 3, because of course it takes 3.
Yeah.
And then ship crashes, Kodos and Kang die? Question mark.
Yeah.
And then Homer. Well, let's get to the ending. Like Homer is an intergalactic celebrity, and Kang and Kodos end up on Earth Heaven.
Yes, and they're excited not to see the credits, and that's the final joke.
And then the credits roll. But yeah, it's they spent clearly the budget on voice actors and writers.
And licensing probably, and a bit rushed. And I think they even said, I saw somewhere that they said that it was a little bit rushed. And you have to see that. The final 4 missions are just drive the same nuclear waste in different cars across the map. Wow. Ooh, wow. Ooh. I do have some notes. I said, sad that the awesome level design, the last area, it's a great aesthetic, and it's just destroyed by the lazy and repetitive gameplay. I didn't care to grind through the last few levels. I found that the increased amount of fast AI driving cars made the roads almost undrivable. There's these stupid ghost cars. They're like, it's a coffin with a skeleton, and they're brown. They like blend into the screen, and they fly around. There's so many of them. You want to drive through the streets in this final area, you're hitting them because they're there. It's just like not a fun experience. Maybe take some time, enjoy the Easter eggs of the final area, but ultimately I felt like I didn't need to beat the game. So, wow. Current thoughts. I found the missions to be very bland, very repetitive. If you don't have the right vehicle, you sometimes just can't complete a mission. Skipping is just as good an option, in my opinion. Early on, the experience was quite fun. It seemed like a fun, kind of cozy world. I enjoyed spending time in it. But by the time I got to Bart, I was almost done with the game. There's some missions that I'm just like, this isn't great. This sucks. This is terrible. Why are you making me play through this terrible mechanic? Like, why in a fast game we're supposed to drive is a car with drag with a comic book guy in it even worth it, right? Lisa made me want to quit a few more times. Apu was okay. Only needed to skip a few missions. And then I just stopped writing my thoughts down because I was like, bleh, I hate it. So yeah, this game's not great. Current thoughts. I don't get it. I don't understand why people like this game outside of literally the fact that it just has a Simpsons skin on it. I don't understand the appeal. I don't think it's fun. It's just annoying. And it's one of those ones where, yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious if we go back and we go to rank this game, I might be like, skip it. I don't even know if it's worth playing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I like this game a lot more than you. I think it's definitely flawed. It's definitely bad, but like has some fun moments. And if you aren't trying to like, I need to get this done, if you literally just pick it up and play it every once in a while, it's fine. It's designed to be like a little frustrating. And there's just a bunch of shit that just shouldn't be in these games, and it's awful. But for the most part, like, it's got some funny moments. Like, I know there was that, like, I was laughing when Homer had beat me in this race like 2-3 times, and now I'm like I'm racing for my life, and he's like driving on two wheels, making perfect corners and driving next to me. And I just had to like laugh because I was like, okay, apparently like the game is just stunting on me right now. It's like, get good, bitch. Like Homer's driving on two wheels and is doing this better than you. And it's like, so there's a couple moments where like I laughed. I had some good times. I did like, if you don't take it too seriously and you just kind of like just play it for like some just mindless entertainment every now and then, it's fine. It's fine. It's not great, but it's not good. I would say it's strictly fine. But if it gets frustrating, like, but any game, it knows it's frustrating. That's why it has the skip feature in it. Like, I don't know if that's intentional or not, because I just feel like this is at that point where we're still trying to figure out how to make a good game fundamentally.
Yeah, sure.
This is just a bad generation of games. Like the more I go back and play this generation of games, and you're like, there's a reason I like my nostalgia of this is like N64 is like the end of like classic gaming, and then this is like, oh yeah, this is, you know, it's nostalgic a little bit.
Yeah, and it's kind of like we're in a world where clearly they put a lot of care and love in to build a monorail. Right, to build the monorail for you to be able to climb up and get a joke, a gag. Clearly, they put love and care, and they had time and energy. But it was like, build out the world, make it look neat, right? Work on the voice acting, because that's what people want. They can't read. You could have possibly put text on the screen. You have to be able to hear the voices, or like, how do the babies know what's going on? But they like miss out on the fundamentals of gameplay, and you see it time and time again. And honestly, like you said, yeah, this generation, these games, were like, Sunshine. It was kind of a fun experience, but it kind of fell off at some point, and it looks like they just lost the plot. Okay, cool. Any of the Zelda games too, right? Like Wind Waker. I'm like, that's fun, man. It's a great, fun, beautiful world, but like at some point you're like, wait, what's the story? I'm like, yeah, they kind of forgot about the story at some point. Clearly,
or like Luigi's Mansion. It's like, here's a neat idea that's way too long. And
and like we're looking at games to play next too, right? And we're looking at like one of the Rogue Squadrons or Rogue Leaders games, and I'm like, well, the N64 might be better, but technically it'll look better on the GameCube. But I think the GameCube is less of an experience because it just is, right? Across the board, they're just not going to be as good. They spent too much time, and it's like new games, modern games. Oh, it takes all this data because we need the grass and hair and water to look good. So that's like 70 gigs just so we can render water. You're like, was water that important? Well, could we just have done something else and like had a better game, right? So it's just one of those experiences where it's maybe I'm being more harsh than I should be, but I think it's just that kind of continued. You missed something. You spent too much time on other stuff. I don't appreciate it. So, what would I change? I'm going to change something. Literally just the AI drivers. Get the fuck out of my way. Don't crash into me. Like the fact that they constantly crashed into me, it just seemed insulting. Like I'm like, do you want me to play this game if you're just going to continually hit me? And it still kind of is bugging me right now, actually, as I'm talking about it. It was just such a miserable fucking experience playing this game with these shitty AI drivers that constantly hit you. You're driving down the road. Oh, there's a car. Oh, there's a car. And I'm like, game, when I'm coming around the corner, why did you park a big ass van in that lane? Like, I'm coming and you spawn it. So really you're just doing this because you don't like me? Fuck you, game. Make the vehicles control better. Yeah, I realize that statistics. Every vehicle in this game was kind of just terrible. Like, where are the good cars? Could we not have one good car? Tyson was talking about Homer's like driving on one wheel. Every vehicle did that. Like the school bus, I'd be driving down the road, turn a corner, just flips over on its side. Then why do I have to play as a school bus if the school bus sucks? Stupid. The platforming wasn't terrible. Add more platforming, less driving. If your driving game sucks, maybe use some other parts that aren't so terrible, right? Add some more variety to the missions. Make less missions if they're just going to be the same idea again and 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 again. Just this whole game is just it. Yeah, you could play it maybe for an hour and then never ever look at it again, and you'd probably like the game more than trying to beat the whole thing because bleh. Unless you're those two guys on YouTube that made the exact same retrospective videos, then one of you really loves it, and one of you obviously loves the other guy. So,
I would change the camera. Camera's just bad. It doesn't necessarily need, like, if you're in a car, don't have it be floating. Have it just be stationary behind me.
Yeah.
Like, just do what works for good driving games. Learn what good driving mechanics are and do that, please.
Yeah.
And number two was the mini map. What the F is that useless bloody mini map that's garbage?
Yeah.
Why is it so zoomed in? No, I need to know that the street I'm on is straight. It's like, that's not what a mini map is for. I should be able to glance at the mini map and see what at least my next corner or two corners is.
Sure.
You bad.
Yeah, I had that a couple times in a race. You'd be like, a guy turns left, and you're like, I'll go right for a shortcut, and it's just a cul-de-sac. It's like a square I'm in, and I'm like, how did I know?
There was one race that I was racing, and I was looking for the end. I'm right at the end. I know I'm at the end, but I have a left or a right, and I'm like, do I go left or right? Do I go left or right? I'm looking at the mini map. I'm looking at the mini map. The mini map looks like it's going to go right, so I turn right, and then like as I'm turning, apparently the perspective changes, and as I'm turning, the race thing doesn't change, and it just like, I should have went straight. You're like, but there's no indication on the ground. There's no green markers. Sure. And so the next time I raced it, I got through that intersection. And once you're through that intersection, then the actual finish line shows up because it pops in, because this game has bad rendering distances. Just like when you're in a hit and run, randomly you'll be driving straight and there'll just like all of a sudden be a cop just driving towards you who popped in. And you're like, so you're intentionally placing these things, game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it does. I think the game literally does things just to piss you off. It just drops things in your obstacles. Yep. You're like, haha, now it's funny. Now you crashed into something.
Yeah, it's like, because it's supposed to be like craziness. You're always bouncing around. It's like, no, I don't want that in my racing games.
Well, if that's the case, though, then like reversing, I should be faster reversing because I skipped past a mission. Like I should be driving like 60 backwards to grab the item, and then when I hit go, like my car should almost be like the wheels, like almost Scooby-Doo fit, like, and the car's gone or something, right? Like, if you're gonna make it a cartoon stupid game, give me cartoon stupid. Don't try and make a realistic driving game in your cartoon stupid world.
Or if it's like, okay, a dumb crash and bash goofy game, you're supposed to be bouncing around all over the place. Well, then make the AI crash.
Yeah.
But the AI is going to be like, no, I'm going to perfectly weave in between this like field of traffic, not hit a single thing, and just like floor it. So you either need to drive like I'm driving, or you're like, and it's ridiculous. Well, it's just like
100%. And like the AI driving, like you're chasing them and you maybe hit them from behind. You're like, I'm going to send them into a tailspin, burnout. Sometimes they would somehow counteract me and I would end up in a spin out and they would like make the turn perfectly. And I'm like, man, what the fuck were you doing? Like, how were you perfectly pushing against my car so that I'm the one that spins out and you turn right perfectly when I was pushing you from the left? Like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I think this game just cheats. And that's what pisses me off about this game, is when I sit there and I'm like, I think this game fundamentally just is an arcade game and wants me to play longer, so it makes cheap mechanics. And I think that's why it's a shit game, because of those. It just makes you want to keep playing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and it gives you what should be a fair mechanic, like a mini map, and it just busted. That's useless. Yeah. So here's what's supposed to be an assistant. It's literally just eating up screen real estate. It shouldn't even be there. It's like, zoom that sucker out so I can see what the F's happening. But no, because then you would know, then you would be able to pass these things. You need to fail at the mission so you memorize the pattern so that you play it again, like a cheap arcade game. Play it again, monkey. It's like,
now I will say that maybe my PC is not the best and is a little chuggy at times, and if my car was smoking, it definitely would function worse than if there was no extra smoke effects. So clearly I've got something going on in the background of my emulator or my PC or something. So if I'm playing on actual GameCube or PS2 or Xbox hardware, does it actually play better and it's like a function of my janky PC? Yeah, potentially. But your margins in your game shouldn't be that close, right? Like, to the point where I'm like, do you just suck?
Yeah, it's when you actively just get frustrated and it's not a fun experience. It's just like, like if it happens once, fine, that's fair. If it happens multiple times, you eventually start questioning. They're like, I don't think that this is a fair mechanic. I don't think this game is designed fairly. And if it's not fair, then you don't want to play it.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where I'm like, I think this game is cheap. Like, for all the good in the game, I'm like, I think it's just cheap, and at the end of the day, it just bugs me, right? So, cool. But from there, we got an Are You Buying It? And before we do that, I have to run to the bathroom, so, okay. Sorry.
No worries.
Actually, before I guess we get into the Are You Buying It, just final thought on our talk. I guess we do have to look at this, and this is technically a licensed game. And typically in the past, like, licensed games are kind of terrible. So there's kind of like that grain of salt where like, it's competent. You could almost beat it. It's kind of fun. For a licensed game, maybe that's all you could ask, right? That's all you can ask. There's a few examples, and we'll look at them in just a second here, right? But that's just one of those things where I'm like, I know I'm being kind of harsh and critical, and like, honestly, most of this game, they probably put most of the assets into making Springfield, making a Simpsons experience that was fun for fans. So, but this is one of those things where I'm like, you missed the fundamentals. Damn you, fundamentals. Damn you, fundamentals. Anyways, Are You Buying It? So I went to look up some fan theories, and more popped up than usual. Sometimes there's none. This time there were several. So a few fan theories that go with this game. So the first one is the simulation or dream theory. So this one states that it's actually a simulation. Hence why all the levels loop in on themselves. So we're actually not playing in the actual Springfield, but rather just some type of simulation.
I believe it. It's 100%. The Simpsons is in the Matrix.
Yeah, that's probably it. About the unfinished or rushed theory. So fans speculated that the game feels incomplete. This was later confirmed when interviews with said developers were basically like, we didn't have enough time and we were rushed. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you know this thing's going to sell. Like, it's the GTA 6 dilemma. Yeah. This thing's going to sell. Do you release it unfinished or do you release it polished? You know it's going to sell. What do? Do you release a turd? And they just were like, we want money now. It's like,
it's pretty close. Are the last 4 missions just the same mission? Yep.
Good enough. it's
All
good
right.
enough. And you're like, if that's the way you want to do it, then you're gonna get a mediocre game.
Perfect. This is my favorite one. So, hidden secrets and development messages. So, if fans have looked through the codes of this game, they have found odd things. One of the community's favorites is the phrase "kill Daryl." It's a phrase that appears in the code. We don't know who Daryl is, but the objective is clear.
We must kill him.
We have to kill Daryl, apparently. So, I don't know who they're referring to, but I believe I don't like you, Simpsons Hit and Run, but I will kill Daryl. So that's what we have to do.
It's like somebody had a vendetta against
Yeah.
Daryl. Got like
Show you. I'll show you. So I'm going to immortalize your name in this game, Daryl. And then about the 100% truth theory. So some fans believe this game is to be completed 100% for the full experience. If not, it's not just a mission-based experience, rather a fully realized sandbox game. And that is actually kind of an interesting point to leave out on. If you continue to beat this mission, like I said, I just beat 7 missions, 7 levels. I played 49 missions-ish, walked away. Didn't play any of the side missions, didn't do any of the collecting, didn't look for all the little nooks and crannies to find all the Simpsons Easter eggs. If I did that, would I have a better experience? And is it some of it like a bit more repetitive and I'm going around just killing bee cameras and finding collectibles and money? But I'd find a bunch of new outfits. I get a bunch of like cool references, callbacks. So maybe that's how this game is supposed to be experienced, as kind of like a fan fully appreciated experience, right? So maybe I did myself a disservice by only playing through probably less than half, right? Probably at 25%, because look, there's stuff on top of the missions in each level to explore, right? And just getting the time to really sink your teeth in and kind of enjoy this world. Maybe that's how this game was meant to be, right? So maybe it was kind of... And maybe that's what those people on the internet, the people say they love this game, that they've spent the 21 hours getting 100%, doing all the little missions, getting all the nooks and crannies, and you just have a better appreciation for the world, right? You learn the world better. You know where all the lampposts are. You get a little bit better driving, right? So it's one of those things that kind of comes organically. And now you can beat the final levels because you have kind of put all the time in, right? So maybe that's it too. And I was like, that's kind of an interesting theory, but not for me.
Yeah. It's if it's supposed to be 100%, why is there a skip feature?
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point. Well thought out. But on that, did we miss anything before we get into our cultural significance? Then wrap this up.
Nah, we kind of ragged on this game enough.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so about cultural significance. In this section, we look at game design, lore inspiration, starting points, interesting stories, talk how this game relates, give other examples to tie it all back together in the end. So since I was pretty down on this game, let's keep this one a little bit more lighthearted. I've got a list of the top 10 licensed video games of all time, as well as we're going to look at the top 10 Simpsons episodes according to IMDb. Wow. So top 10 is what we're doing apparently these last few things. So listicles. I love listicles. Top 10 licensed video games. Number 10, we've got The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. I never played it, but it sounds fun. You're the Hulk. Smash.
I hear it's good.
Yeah. Okay. How about number 9, Mad Max, but the Mad Max from the Mad Max that came out with what's his face in it? You know,
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Yeah.
Yeah. We actually had this game, and I had a friend who really hated this game, oddly enough. Hated it. And everybody's like, and I remember playing, I was like, that's fine. It's like, but they despised this game. It's one of the few games that they hated. And I was like, I just thought it was so funny.
That's funny. Okay, number 8, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh, this game is amazing.
Yeah. We should play
and
it.
I laugh because So we should play it around the time the Insomniac Wolverine comes out, and I'm not gonna lie, I think everybody forgets this game exists. Oh, jeez, my dad scratched himself. And it was doing things in that trailer that people were like, "Oh, wow, that's so crazy!" It's like, guys, the other game did that like 12 years ago.
Sure.
It's like,
yeah,
and it's literally the exact same, and people are like, or he gets like blown apart or something, or he stabs the guy in the head with the his like knives or whatever, or his claws, and it's like, and everybody was like, his knives, his pointing sticks. So Wolverine stabs in the like a guy in the head with his claws in the trailer, and everybody loses their mind, all the reaction or whatever thing. And I saw it, I was like, go back and like rewatch the old like Origins Wolverine game, and I'm like, it's literally in that trailer too. Like that's not even an original thing, and people are just like, oh, apparently this is just the best thing ever.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have a copy, maybe 360, maybe PS2. I don't know. We'll find out. Well, at some point, should play it. Really, I didn't buy the PS3 version. I feel like that'd be the best version. Well, maybe I'll buy another copy. About Simpsons Hit and Run, number 7. We just talked about it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's lots of Simpsons in this game. If you like Simpsons, maybe. How about number 6? Alien Isolation. You like being scared in space? Alien Isolation.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Marvel's Spider-Man comes in at number 5. Yep, it's pretty solid experience.
Yeah. It's open world Spider-Man game. We got a lot of them, so it's hard to be like wowed.
Is that the best one?
Yeah.
Is it better than Spider-Man 2? Yeah, probably. I think.
I think it's like, but it's just like we've gotten so many good ones, like that Spider-Man web slinging mechanics. Like we figured that out on the PS2. Everybody.
Sure. Nah,
you can't pretend it's still impressive on the PS5. Let's be real.
Which one can you fly in? Maybe the second one is better because you have the ability to like fly through like the wind gusts and stuff, something through the buildings. I like that. But number 4 is Star Wars KOTOR. Best Star Wars game, KOTOR. Yeah, probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Witcher 3 is at number 3, ironically enough.
Yep. Well, I mean, based off a book, so yep.
Yeah, books are pretty good. Number 2 is Batman Arkham City. Yep, all the Batman games, Arkham Asylum. I was like, man, that's great. And it's kind of, wait, City? No. Was City the best one? I guess, because like it's the second one. Because then Origins is just City, but like a reskin. Night, isn't Night better? Because you get like the Batmobile.
But I think it's too much Batmobile.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I think it is. Like, I think it is City because like you're actually out in the city and exploring everything.
And you can like fly and like grapple, and there's more like combat versus once you get to the Batmobile. Why would you fight anyone? I just call the Batmobile on and then like run over everybody, and that's how I win my matchups. So okay, and number
fair.
1, GoldenEye 007.
I was gonna say we should probably play the Arkham games for this at some point because they are good. I'm like, that's a series that we could both probably cruise through. We don't need to get all the Riddler trophies.
Yeah, if I did like Arkham Asylum and City, I think would be a good like 1-2 punch because it's kind of like the story, right, of carrying like the dead Joker's dead body out of Arkham City at the end is kind of like a nice conclusion.
I think so.
I know Night's okay, but again, I think it's just too much.
Yeah, we're not playing the Suicide Squad. We're not doing it.
Yeah, no. But anyways, top licensed games. So yeah, it's pretty solid list. They're not bad. Some games okay, most of them not good. Now, finally, we'll get out of here with our long episodes. We have so many long episodes. We got top 10 Simpsons IMDb Tyson's list. Why is this? Oh, because we're getting 14, not top 10. Not 10. Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Fair enough.
I mean,
but look what you get. Look what you get by adding these extra 4 numbers.
So what I did do was just found the ratings, and I kind of cut them off, and that's why we ended up with 14, because 8 to 14 are all ranked the same, and who was I to say which 3 or 4 episodes didn't make the list, right, and get cut? So I'll keep going this way. We're going to look at top 10 Simpsons IMDb list. We will start at the bottom at number 14, where we see Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 2 as a 9.0.
Deserved. Great episode.
Yeah. It is pretty solid, yeah. Went back and watched it actually a couple nights ago. I was doing some like studying. It was part of like my cool down, just helped my brain shut off. Simpsons, nice, chill. It was perfect. But number 13, the City of New York City versus Homer Simpson, also at 9.0.
Yeah, crab juice.
Yeah, no, it's a solid one. The musical that they go to, all the little gags, pretty solid. Like, it's pretty solid them taking the piss out of New York City, so.
Oh, or the little cutback of like Homer's first adventure in New York City. You're like, this is beautiful.
Number 12, also a 9, so I think up until 8, they're all 9.0s. We got 22 short films about Springfield.
Oh, another classic, amazing episode.
Yeah, kind of ties into the world, the zany characters, just all the little scamps that you'll meet as you work your way through Springfield. The rogues gallery, as it were. Number 11, we see the last exit to Springfield. So Homer stands up to the evil power plant as a union rep, so that because Lisa needs braces.
Oh, and they'll march day and night.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably if I was going to rank these, I probably would put this last. Then the 22 short films, right? Two Shot Mr. Burns of the 9s is probably the best 9, I think, right? Maybe number 8 might be worse than these ones, actually. But number 10 is King-Sized Homer. So Homer gets fat and doesn't have to go to work.
Oh, man, this one's the worst one. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's lots of, like, fat jokes. So if you like fat jokes, it's there, but...
Come on. There's so many of him, like, ice cream. Like, there's too many ice cream jokes.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where, like, you can't, like... Yeah, the ice cream jokes are funny for a bit, like, but you can't just do, like, 12 ice cream jokes in a row.
So then Homer the Great is also at number 9, a 9.0, right? Stonecutters, Secret Society songs. People love early songs, right? Stonecutters, it's not bad. It gets you there, sure.
I think it also just like has like it's such a cool idea that it's like it just adds like so much to it. That like there's this secret society, and there's times where I'm still driving on a highway and I'm like, I wish that there was this like cool like off ramp secret tunnel. Yeah. It's like I just want that in my life.
Do we go in the secret tunnel? Is that like that secret nice tunnel that we drive through in the nuclear plant? Is that what that's supposed to be?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And then finally, Homer Badman. So Homer takes a candy off a girl's bum and is told to be a pedophile. I don't know if that girl's ever had her bum touched, but I feel like gingerly like grazing it. I don't know. It's stupid 90s.
I think the animation doesn't do it, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? Kudos for trying to take kind of a darker topic and fleshing it out into an episode and trying to make it about some jokes. I'm like that is a ballsy episode to make an episode like to go for. So
yeah, so of those, kind of briefly off the top of my head, if I was to re-rank them, I'd probably say Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 2 is the best. The City versus Homer Simpson 22. Then Homer the Great, followed by Last Exit, Badman, and King-Sized Homer? That's probably how I'd reshuffle that. So almost exactly the opposite of how we talked about them. So
yeah, almost.
Yeah. Okay. We move up to our next ranking, 9.1 for the next two. So we get Springfield Files. So An Alien and The Simpsons.
Oh, gotcha. I was like, what episode is this one? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I bring you nothing but love.
Or I bring you peace.
I bring you peace.
Yeah.
Pretty solid, pretty good episode. I do remember when this was being advertised. It must have been on the Friday night with X-Files, I think, right? So it was kind of a big... I kind of feel like we had like a frozen pizza. There was a couple times I remember it was a Friday night sitting down to watch X-Files and a Simpsons, and we had like a Delissio pizza and being like, man, I've made it. Like king of the world. I made pizza in my house in my own oven that tastes kind of okay. And now I get to watch this like fun Simpsons X-Files episode. Specifically, what episodes were they? I remember there was one about an alligator in a lake. And maybe these like, there was like spores in the woods that put people in like cocoons and killed them or something. No, just
my knowledge of X-Files is just so limited.
Okay. And then the other 9.1 is Marge versus the Monorail. So you want to talk about fun, classic, whimsy, goofy song? Monorail.
Yeah, I think it's that song that just like absolutely knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, that's good. We even saw it in the game. So look at all the fun references we got here. So then we move up our next category. So top 5. We've got 2 more rankings. So we have a 9.2 and a 9.3. Exciting. So at number 5, we only move twice. So you get to meet Hank Scorpio, Globex. Find out that Marge just can't simply drink 1 glass of wine every day.
Just too much.
Too much.
and so we're gonna catch up to the class by going slower than them.
Perfect. Genius. Excellent episode. Very, very nice. Next on the list, number 4 is Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 1, which, yes, if you watch the two, Part 1, Part 2 back together, one is far superior by, 0.2 points, probably. I think it's just a better story, better setup. You don't have to get to, like, the goofy Maggie shot Mr. Burns conclusion.
Yeah. I mean, this had all of everyone watching The Simpsons on the edge of our feet, or edge of our seat. Yeah. Who did shoot him? Call now. And we were all like,
infomercial.
All of us Canadians were like, oh man, can we qualify for this? Like, I'm going to risk it. I don't care.
I want a Simpsons house. Number 3, we see Treehouse of Horror 5. Off the top of my head, I don't know which one that is. So,
Shining episode.
Oh yeah, okay. Crime and Punishment, Shining, and what's the other one that Willie dies in? The Nightmare Cafeteria?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep.
Shining, Time and Punishment, Nightmare Cafeteria. Boom. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
I'm really bad at this.
That gag still gets me.
It's good. It's solid. Yeah, excellent Shining like maybe one of the best Shining parodies ever, right? That one just goes without fail. I mean, the advice that Homer's father gives him on his wedding day is just like absolutely classic. No, very, 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 very solid. So I get that's a 9.2. Number 2, we have Cape Fear, our last 9.2. So Sideshow Bob wants to die Bart die.
This is my personal favorite episode. There's times where I'm like, I haven't watched The Simpsons in a while. What do I want to watch? I'm going to watch Cape Fear.
Hey, Bart, you want to check out my new chainsaw and hockey mask?
Was it the Sampsons or whatever? No.
Yeah. When I stomp your foot and say, hello, Mr. Sampson, you just nod your head, okay? Hello, Mr. Sampson.
Because he's stomping his foot. I think he's talking
to you. Yeah, good old. We got the rake, the introduction of the rake.
Yeah, or
Kelsey
the where's
Kelsey
the dog?
Grammer,
I tied him out back, and he's like paddling around.
Kelsey Grammer does a great singing at the end. Oh, that's who plays Sideshow Bob, by the way. One episode, I was like, I don't know, that guy. I'm like, his name's Kelsey Grammer, you idiot.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I couldn't remember gags earlier. I called them like cliches or whatever. It's like, man, my brain's not working. I need more coffee. And then
I definitely could use a coffee. I haven't had one yet. Let's see. And then number 1 is Homer's Enemy at 9.3. So there you go. Homer's Enemy.
Good old Grimesy.
Yeah, I like Frank Grimes. He was good. So recap of that. 1 to 14. We got Homer's Enemy as number 1, Cape Fear, Treehouse of Horror, Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 1, You Only Move Twice as your 2, 3, 4, 5. Marge versus the Monorail at 6, Springfield Files at 7, and then 8 to 14 in some order. Homer Badman, Homer the Great, King-Sized Homer, Last Exit to Springfield, 22 short films about Springfield, The City of New York versus Homer Simpson, and Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 2 finishes off our list. And I would say, yeah, that's probably pretty it. Like, is there another episode that I would put on this list? Maybe Homer Badman would get crossed off. King-Sized Homer.
I'm sure somebody's gonna like Mr. Lisa's. What's like Lisa the Substitute? Is that the one?
Oh, the subs. Yeah. People like that one. They think that one's like really highly regarded too, right? So yeah, it could be that one. But I think it's pretty solid list. I like this. My favorite episode happened to be on the top. Yours was the second one. So look at that. Look at our great taste. Thank you, IMDb, for confirming that we are so wonderful.
Well, I think we just proved one thing. If you want to enjoy some Simpsons content, don't play the video game. Watch the cartoon or watch the TV show. And
play the game on your phone.
Yeah, but shut down now, and hopefully the license has gone to somebody else who can now capitalize on it.
Excellent.
If not, go back to playing just go back to watching the TV show. At the end of the day, just watch the TV show. You got some content there. Show it to if you know somebody who hasn't watched The Simpsons or can't talk Simpsons, introduce it to them, because we need to brainwash the world so we can all speak in Simpsons.
Excellent. That's great. Cool. Sweet. So with that, I think that wraps up everything. We got like an hour and a half podcast under our belts here. And then I think we're done. We're back in 2 weeks to finish up Zelda. So we'll be kind of doing our final on Twilight Princess, wrapping that up. I don't know what we're doing afterwards. We have to talk after we record today and figure out what game we want to play, actually. So say bye, everyone. Thanks for our adventure. And hopefully you enjoyed our episode of Simpsons Hit and Run more than I enjoyed playing the game. Yeah. Cool.
See you, everybody.
Okay, bye.